Hello and welcome back to the Knitting Page channel. If you're new here, my name's Paige and I'm the face behind the Knitting Page. Today I am coming with you with my first ever pattern roundup video. I'm going to be sharing 10 vest patterns that are catching my eye. I'm a huge fan of vests. I wear vests in my daily life, in my professional life. I wear them all the time and multiple times per week, and it's an area of my knitting wardrobe that I am looking to expand and create more pieces that I can wear throughout the seasons. I think vests have a lot of versatility, and that you can wear them in the summer as a top on cool nights or cooler days. You can wear them in the spring, in the fall, in the winter, wear them over top of base layers, wear them over top of blouses. I just think there's a lot of versatility that a vest has to offer, and I am here for it. And so I sadly don't have unlimited time or unlimited resources to knit all of these vests this fall, but they are 10 patterns that I wanted to share with you that are outside the realm of Petite Knit and My Favorite Things Knitwear. So I will get straight to it. The first pattern that I want to talk to you about today is the Flagship Vest. This is a pattern I've talked about before on this channel because I bought the kit. This is a free pattern, which is super exciting. It's by the company and yarn store Espace Tricot, which is a yarn store that's based out of Montreal. It is knit at a DK weight gauge. It is an all over colorwork sweater. It is steeked at both the armholes and the neck hole, which to me is a really exciting piece of this project. And I think it would be a great skill extender to get this practice in and be able to do my first ever steek. So this is a project I felt a little bit too intimidated to cast it on for this fall and to make it an official plan, because I want to finish up some other whips, but this is a vest that I will definitely be making at some point. It's a multi-strand colorwork project that you're not only doing 2 strands at once, so that's also a little bit intimidating. It's knit on 4mm for the colorwork and 3.75mm for the gauge. It comes in 11 sizes that ranges from a bust size of 74 to 166 centimeters. I believe that is for the finished object. This garment is designed to be worn with either plus or minus 2 inches of ease. I know my idea to knit this vest is to keep it on the more oversized look, and so that if my body changes, I can kind of grow into it. And I just tend to prefer knitwears to be more of a positive ease than a negative ease look, and I just find that that kind of creates like a finished project that I'm overall happy with when I do have some positive ease versus the negative ease ones. I just find there's I'm a bit more opinionated in what I want in a negative ease fit garment. So that is the first project, or the first vest, the first pattern, sorry. The second vest pattern that I want to talk to you about is the Eurus Slipover. And this is by Iagio Knit. I'll also, if I am looking down, it's because I have my laptop in front of me and I just want to make sure that I'm getting you full product stats. This vest comes in 5 sizes, which obviously we want it to be a little bit more than that, but it's still this beautiful pattern. This has a really unique construction in that it's knit from it's knit across rather than top down. I don't know if there's language for that, but I think that it would be a super cool, challenging, unique knit. It has all over texture, which I don't know, I'm really into texture. I do like the ease of a stockinette piece, but I feel like, I don't know, just finishing a textured, all over textured knit, it just seems it's like just a very rewarding process. And so this is knit with an Aran weight yarn. It's 5mm for the cabled sections and 4mm for the ribbing that's on the vest. I feel like this one would be like a fun, unique project to knit just because the construction is different. And I don't know, I'm here for this beautiful all over cabledness. It's actually not even attached. It's kind of like the Amy Slipover in terms of it being like a flap and a flap, but instead of having ties at the sides, it has 2 toggle buttons. And obviously you could change the toggles to actual buttons or add ties depending on your fancy. But that is the second pattern in this vest roundup video. The third pattern is the Korshavn Slipover, I believe is what it's called, and it is by Tanya Hodney. It is this beautiful little basket weave slipover. And it's funny, this basket weave pattern was something that really intrigued me when I first started getting into knitting. I mean, I got like officially into knitting about the time I started this podcast, so almost 2 years ago this October, but I have been knitting since I was 6, and in high school I had like a little knitting spree. And I feel like in high school this basket weave pattern just caught my attention, and it's been something that I've wanted to knit for a while. This pattern comes in 6 sizes, ranging from a bust size of, or a circumference of finished garment from 91 to 123 centimeters. And it has a, I guess, desired ease of 9 to 12 centimeters for your finished garment compared to your bust size. I feel like this one is, it's not like super oversized. There's not actually that much fabric. And so I feel like it could be a good way to like, it's knit at a bulky weight gauge on 6mm needles and 5.5mm needles. And so it could be a great way to either hold multiple strands of yarn together and do, especially if it's in the same color story, create a bulky weight yarn that way and kind of de-stash some of those weird quantities of yarn that you may have lying around. The required yardage is from 420 to 630 meters for the 6 sizes, and so you may have like 3 balls of a DK weight yarn. You're like, I don't really know what to do with this. Maybe you could hold it with a fingering weight yarn in the same colorway and get it to bulky. I don't know. Or maybe you just want a nice quick project, something textured, but you don't want to commit to like a full garment. Like here's a great vest to get some of that textured knitting involved, while also creating a piece that isn't too cumbersome, because you're only knitting 420 to 630 meters versus, 1400 meters for, or 1800 meters for an all over cabled jumper. The 4th vest pattern that I'm going to share with you is the Cameo. This is by Olympe, I want to say. I love this vest. I have bought the pattern, I have yarn for it, and I just need to cast it on, but I'm trying to be realistic with what I want to cast on, and I have a few other cabled projects that I want to work on, or at least one other cabled a color work project that you can see in my fall knitting plans video, that I think this one will wait till winter. This is knit at a DK weight with 4mm for, I assume, the ribbing and 4.5 for the texture. There are 10 sizes available for this pattern. It's designed to have 7.5 to 12.5 centimeters of positive ease, with a finished bust circumference ranging from 90.5 centimeters to 167.5 centimeters. The recommended yarn is Harrisville Designs Daylights. I have Olympe by, who's it by? I forget who it's by, but I have Olympe. I think, is that what it's called? I don't know. I have yarn for it, but it's a sport weight, so I was either gonna hold it with a fingering weight or get a silk mohair to go with it, but it's in that nice gray color. I don't know, I just think it'd be a really lovely top to wear, as well as a layering piece, like the majority of these vests. And yeah, I don't know. I really want to cast this on. I just am trying to be realistic, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it this fall. The 5th pattern that I want to talk to you about today is the Clematis Vest by Emma Meyer. Emma is a German designer. This vest is the vest version of her Clematis sweater. I think this is a really beautiful take on a classic basic stockinette vest. Instead of having the buttons run up and down the middle, you have this beautiful diagonal button band, which I think is a really unique piece to, or really unique detail to add a little bit of difference and subtlety to your just plain old vest. This pattern has 4 sizes. It ranges from 75 to 145 centimeters for your bust measurement, or 80 to 150 centimeters for the finished bust measurement. It's designed to have 5 centimeters of ease. I think this would be one that would be, I think you could do it really nicely in a summer weight yarn or a, a woolly wool. And that it is just, again, like just a lovely fun take on like a classic knitted stockinette vest. It's knit on 4mm needles for the body and 3mm needles for the rib. The next one that I want to talk to you about is by Ozetta, and that is the Set Slipover. This is again another DK weight vest, 4mm, actually 4.5 millimeters for the body, 4 millimeters for the, it looks like double knitting is the finishings. I really like, I'm a big sucker for V-neck vests. I like that academia style. And I think this one just, I like that there is no ribbing, because a lot of the ones do have ribbing, and this is just like a clean slate. It has a nice little like fold over detail at where the rib meets, rather than it being something like this, which I think is nice. It's part of her like moon set, I guess, design. Like she has like a sweater and a tee and a slip over. It comes in 9 different sizes, with a finished bust measurement of 87 to 154 centimeters. It has a recommended ease of 6 to 9 centimeters. And I just think it's a great take on a classic V-neck slipover. I mean, Petite Knit has some, My Favorite Things Knitwear has some. Ozetta is one of those designers that I've test knitted for her and knit a few of her patterns, and I really love them. And so wanted to bring something other than Petite Knit and My Favorite Things Knitwear into this pattern roundup to get a nice classic simple vest. The 7th pattern that I have is this beautiful, it's like very classy, kind of reminds me of like a ballet-esque style, but it is the Chouquettes Slipover, I want to say. Chouquettes. It's by Yumi Yamamuro, I think is the last name. It is a worsted weight yarn. It's knitted in, Durare Natura Gilead. I have Durare Natura Elias for that cameo sweater. Body's knit on 4.5 millimeters with the finishings at 4 millimeter needles. It's all over texture. I really love the like little cap sleeve, like little regalness of this slipover. It reminds me of some of like the ballet leotards I wore when I used to do ballet. This project is designed to have negative ease. It comes in 8 different sizes with a bust circumference from 76 to 119 centimeters. And I don't know, I feel like it would just be like, she's wearing it as a top right now, but I also think that it could be really great to be a layering piece. The 8th pattern that I'm going to talk to you about is the Haru Vest by Knits by Summer, and it's in this beautiful, like, I don't know what you'd call this type of cable, but I want to call it like a leaf cable. Like it's like leaf, 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 leaf all the way down. It is knit using Sandisgarn Tin Pure Gint and Sandisgarn Tin Silk Mohair. So you're achieving that kind of DK weight gauge, but using a fingering weight and a mohair. It's knit on 4 millimeter needles for the cable and 3 millimeter needles for, it has double knitting on the like button band, but it has some nice delicate rib on the arm bands. It has an oversized fit. It comes in 8 size with finish measurements of the garment ranging from 107 centimeters to 153 centimeters. Let me just see. So the recommended ease is for 17.5 to 22.5 centimeters. Knits by Summer has this whole like Haru line with her, there's like a cardigan that's coming out, there's a sweater, there's this vest. I just think it's really beautiful. I love the all over cabled texture. I feel like I would wear this piece a lot. I really love it in the simple gray color. Knits by Summer is also a Canadian designer, so that's exciting to share. But I just think it's a really beautiful piece, and I would love to knit one of her Haru pieces at some point in time, just because, I don't know, I'm a huge sucker of all over colorwork, and so, or all over texture and cables, and I've just been drawn to this piece and this cable design since she's been posting about it. And so whether it's the vest or the sweater or the cardigan, I would love to knit one of these pieces at some point in time. The 9th pattern is kind of a vest, but it's kind of not. It's more so just a shirt, but I think you could wear it as a vest and layer it, and it works really well as a top. It is the CP04 polo shirt by Mini Me Knit Design. It's this beautiful sleeveless top, knit at a DK weight gauge on 4 millimeter needles. It's, I don't know, I had this one friend in teachers college and she had a top like this, and I was like, oh, I wish I could knit that. And then when I was going through these vest patterns, I saw it and I was like, that's so beautiful. It comes in 10 different sizes. Let me see. So it fits a bust size from 76 centimeters to 168 centimeters. I am looking to see if I can find the gauge. The recommended gauge is, or recommended gauge, the recommended ease is 0 to 11 centimeters of positive ease. And I don't know, I think it would be just like a really great piece of knitwear to have in your wardrobe, and that it has this like very clean, polished, professional look, kind of like an old kind of like an old money, like bougie mom look is kind of what it's giving me. But very neat. Haven't heard of this designer before. Really love the pattern, so excited to kind of explore more of her patterns with time. Okay, and the last pattern that I'm going to talk to you about is one that I've talked about before, and it is the Olympe sweater vest by Le Polo. I just really love this vest. I think it's so fun. I love the idea of like using your scraps, and like my plan is to create a cohesive color story to knit this vest. And so I'm waiting on a few more projects to finish up that I know would fit well with the color palette that I'm planning to knit it. But I think you could have a lot of fun with this. I like that it's in garter, but there's also like the double knit edging on the button band to like pull it in and make it look clean and polished. That the rest of it is this like kind of chaotic stockinette ribbed funness of it. I like that you knit part of it, like I bought the pattern, so, and I mean also just by looking at the garment you can see it, but you knit like the body of the cardigan side to side, but then you knit the bottom ribbing in the round, and then you have the sleeve bands in the round, and this like beautiful button band that kind of ties it all in. I just think it's such a fun piece, and that if you're like looking to use up some of your scraps and you want something fun and to have this kind of like statement, fun, crazy vest in your wardrobe, that this would be such a great piece to knit. It has a 16 stitch gauge in garter stitch. It's knit on 5mm needles. And it has a recommended ease, let me see, of 15 centimeters. And so this is one that I need to knit at some point in time. I just want to finish like my Eva cardigan and a couple others that are in that like gray, bluey, kind of cool coastal color palette before I knit this vest. But I could definitely see myself knitting like multiple versions of this vest and having my like crazy chaotic one, and then also having this like more cohesive color story one. But that is all for today. I really love going through these patterns and picking them out, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't the smoothest or cleanest and I was looking down at my laptop, but I'm giving it a whirl. I'm trying to produce more content and share with you some of my love for knitting. And I don't know, I just like, I have a lot of, oh, I should also say, I do have a bundle on Ravelry with these patterns as well as a whole bunch of other vest patterns. I just wanted to focus on 10 so that I could not make this be super long, but also give you enough information that it's not like, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. So yeah, that was my first pattern roundup video. Give me some positive, or give me some constructive feedback in like a kind way if I did a good job. I don't know. But anyways, that's all that I have for today. And until next time, I hope you are knitting all about. And if you have any vest patterns that you really love, please feel free to share them with me. I really want to knit more vests because I do find that they're one of the pieces in my wardrobe that I reach for literally all year round. And so having some handmade ones, I think is going to be really lovely. So yeah, that's all for now. Bye.